Hey guys, Rachel Gravenhofer here with Cosmetics and Toiletries, coming to you with my latest consumer pulse / top headlines in C&T for the last week or so. Let's jump in with a quick look at some trends. First of all, Exploding Topics is one of my go-to sources sometimes. Methylene blue serum is up in searches, they say more than 99,000%. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but this is in the past 2 years, but you can see there's been a more recent peak in interest in methylene blue serum. I feel like this is an ingredient we wrote about, I don't know, years ago, and we weren't maybe sure how it applied in beauty, but now it seems to have been appearing in serum. So this particular description talks about it being an ingredient for antioxidant activities, mitochondrial support, to reduce signs of aging and improve firmness. So that's maybe an ingredient to keep an eye on. I know that we will be. Next up for Exploding Topics, MediCube mask. We've talked about this one before. You could see it's kind of having another peak. I think this one is interesting. MediCube actually came as a press release in my inbox this week, as I believe it is now available in Ulta Beauty. That was sort of their big announcement this week. But just in terms of masks, you know, going back, it's basically talks about nourishing skin, improving hydration. You know, this is sort of a K-beauty brand, so that's another reason why it's catching some buzz. But I wanted to go ahead and dig more into what other kind of products MediCube has, because I think it's sort of an interesting brand. And looking specifically at the different masks they have, you could see they have collagen, the PDRN, we've got some turmeric here. We've seen that in the searches as well, and a zero pore cooling mask. So there were some other interesting masks coming from this MediCube brand, which might be why it's such a broadly searched topic. So let's dig now into some Google Trends. This was a search in the last 1 week worldwide under beauty. And I believe I looked up skincare. Yes, skincare. So the first thing that came up under specific queries is this X7 skincare, which I don't know if that means x7 or X7, but it's up 450%. And I looked to see what this was about because I have never heard of it before. And so X7 lotion in particular, if I found the right thing, is from ZGL International, and they have other different products in the line. Let me see, I did look at hold on here. Was it this one? No, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Don't look. I'll come back to that. But so the X7 face cream here, for example, this is talking about a white glow shower gel, balanced glow from this particular brand. So I won't click over into that one because they're all different. Oh, I guess it did go over. Sorry. But it does talk about a lot of different products under this brand. I don't know if it's UV white, crystal whitening face cream. So it's skin brightening. Okay, I missed that part of it. Interesting. So that is on the top of the Google Trends charts. And then I got ahead of myself, but the Serious Skincare is up 80% in searches in the last week. And that is the one I was digging at here. This is a larger skincare brand, Serious Skincare, but I found this one particular product that was one of the best sellers. I thought it was interesting. This Firm A Face XR skin all over tightener. So this one is interesting. It deepens, it helps to fill deep wrinkles, and it tightens enlarged pores, blurs lines, all those great things. I looked down here to see how it works. And so you apply it to like a freshly cleansed face, and then it says stay moderately expressionless for approximately 3 minutes while it sets. So I thought that was sort of an interesting description about how to use it anyway that I would call out. But so Serious Skincare is a trending topic on Google Trends. And then last but not least, on the C&T website, I'm just highlighting this, the editor's note, because our September issue is out. If you have not seen it yet, make sure you check it out. There's a lot about brain, beauty, emotion, and also AI and skin health, a good mix for the September issue. You'll get a link to it if you're attending the IFSCC conference. Next up, I did a quick report here. I found some interesting AI tech booms that I wrote about. A couple months ago, L'Oreal had this Beauty Genius AI assistant to provide different recommendations for skin. I thought it was interesting through the different topics here that they say the key functions include. Agentic AI stood out to me because it features like a memory when it comes to face scans and remembering how the products are working and comparing. So I thought that was sort of interesting on the L'Oreal front. Also, Haut.AI had this sun protection with SPF Truth Booth. They talked about that in July, but just showing what your skin would look like with and without sunscreen, and how obviously using sunscreen improves your skin's appearance. And then last, probably more recently, Paula's Choice Taiwan, they came out with an announcement about they have an AI skin analyzer that's actually converting over to sales. So I thought the fact that they were highlighting that was sort of interesting. Let's see, one other thing I wanted to highlight here. NSF, they actually launched a science-based vegan and cruelty-free certification protocol to put some science behind some of those, sort of undefined claims. I don't know if this is ahead of something else that might be coming out in the future, but it does talk about the different, protocols and different requirements for each of the different labels. So I thought that was sort of interesting and worth highlighting. And then last but not least, I just want to highlight that the C&T Alley Awards, the first round of submissions, the early bird rate ends on September 15th. So make sure you get your entries in as soon as possible. I wanted to point out here this idea of scientific rigor. It's not just a popularity contest. Our judges go through a lot to put, time and effort into reviewing all the documentation that's provided. That's why we want to, collect as much as we do up front, so they have good review of what it is that people are creating and innovating to honor the best of the best. So that's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. I hope that I will see you again next week, and have a great weekend. Thanks.